31 pounds in the white trunks, and Clifton Barker out of Guyana. And there's a solid right hand straight home, and that's going to be very, very interesting here to see how they're able to match this up. Again, another vicious right hand that lands and just catches him on the way out. So Princely Isidore has some work to do here. Question is, can he survive this round? And this is a big examination here. Both men basically new to the professional business. Princely Isidore is 1-1-1. 1-1 drew one, lost one. And in the other corner, 2 wins and 2 losses for Clifton Barker. So Barker, this is going to be a real examination here now. Princely Isidore with some work to do here. And look at that body shot. He knows exactly where he wants to go. And that's a wicked uppercut. It literally lifted his man off the ground. But just taking his time, not allowing his opponent to get too much breathing space. You remember we're standing by here for an interview. The referee is right on top of this one. He may very well have to step in here as well. Because there are a lot of solid blows being landed here. And certainly Barker not afraid. The referee may very well be called upon here. This may not even last the first round. But again, one-way traffic. The right hand lands with impunity. So now let's just go back as we see all the action here. Let's go over now to Diaz, the man we saw just now, and he's over there with Holland.
All right, in the meanwhile, Ruskin, I've got here with me the winner of the first bout on tonight's card, Kevin Diaz. What a victory for you tonight.
Well, I must give thanks to the creator. I must recognize my gym, my support for my gyms and fans. I must say thank you to the reigning Black Mamba who helped bring out the inner me coming on to the last 35. I must say thanks to that.
There were times in the fight when I saw Blue go into your midsection. Did it bother you at all?
Well, I must say that just a state of mind because I did the work and I get the end results. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's Kevin Diaz. Let's get back to the action. Exciting action inside of the ring there with fight number 2. Isidore versus the young man from Guyana, Clifton Barker.
So we get ready for round number 2 here now. Barker in some trouble here. Princely Isidore looking to finish him off now as quickly as he possibly can, as he no doubt has his man right where he wants him. And this is going to be very interesting here now to see whether or not Barker could find the resolve to get back into this one. Again, Princely Isidore just going in with impunity. There's nothing coming, and he really doesn't have anything to really answer for. He's just walking straight in, and not much Barker could do. But basically, exactly what he's doing here now, which is to hold on and smother the punches from Princely Isidore. Straight right hand again, and plus a left. He's in trouble here now. Well, I shouldn't say now, he's in more trouble.
That's the kind of style I'm seeing so far from young Isidore. I heard a lot about him And it's the first time I'm seeing him in action, and I'm very impressed with his performance so far.
He's been around. Again, here's another fighter that has a tremendous amateur career, so he's been building up a name for himself. And here he's showing exactly what he's about, switching to the southpaw, but he's not throwing anything, and this is kind of the problem for Barker. He's allowing Isidore to just walk right in.
And Barker landing about 3 shots to the midsection. The young man still has to be careful. He's clearly the better of the 2 fighters inside of the ring, as Clifton Barker is showing no class to match with his.
Princely Isidore just seems a little bit anxious. He wants to get on with it. And so again, he's just sort of rushing in. But if he uses the jab and set up that right hand, he'll probably be more effective. Because you look at it, the uppercut, I think, is probably going to be the best punch for him. Because in boxing, you bend at the knees, not at the waist. Look at Barker. He's bending at the waist. If he throws one uppercut, he's probably going to lift him straight off the ground. But he doesn't even need to throw it, because he's landing that hand, that overhand right hand, straight over that left jab. Because look at how low he's holding his hands now. And he's bending at the waist. He can't react to it. There he's good. Constantly being hit.
In out.
So again, another solid round there for Princely Isidore. You know, he's a very confident young man. He has always been a very confident fighter. And, you know, he's shown that what he probably needs to do is do the finishing work now. And, you know, he knows that he can beat Barker here, but he just needs to finish the job now and not allow too many distractions. You know, when you fight, you kind of get into a zone. The only thing that you focus on is the man in front of you and what you need to do against him. It may change a little bit round by round because you get different instructions, but essentially you work with a base. This is what he's bringing to the table. This is what I need to do. And as the rounds go by, you just adjust. Either you jab a little bit more, you use the right hand a little bit more, hit the body a little bit more. But I think the uppercut is going to be his best punch here. If he can throw a good one, he probably end this fight immediately.
He's depending a little too much on the right hand, and he's not using the jabs effectively.
There's a good hand from Barker. Pushed him back. And again, he just needs to jab, set up the right hand, use the left hand to set up the right hand. There he goes. And that's a good punch. It may not be his most powerful punch, but it got Barker's attention. Now all he has to do is repeat it. He just landed the left hand. There he goes again. Land that left hand and set up the right hand.
And that's young Lee showboating a bit, but he comes on strong to rock his man and send him to the canvas.
Well, the referee rules
a slip. He's got to take his time and put his punches together.
Now, again, look at Barker.
He's waiting for that uppercut you're talking about.
Yeah, because he's prime candidate for the uppercut. I'm not sure if Princely, because he's having success with so many other punches, he's probably not using the uppercut. But if he uses that uppercut, he will probably...
And there's some showboating inside of the ring.
Well, again, the referee, I don't know why the referee could rule that as a slip. There were serious punches being landed there.
This young man is indeed an entertainer. He's from Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad versus Guyana. And that punch came all the way from the south. Landed flush in the face of Barker, who is here in Port of Spain.
Now Barker is holding and punching.
Beautiful left hand there from young Prince. The last Prince I know in boxing, this is Prince Asim. Prince Asim. He was a man for shows.
Again, look at where these fighters are. If he can only land that uppercut, just throw the uppercut and see if he can hit anything, and he'll probably hit him straight under the chin.
I guess he's taking Barker too much for granted. A little too much.
Just finish the fight. Boxing is a dangerous sport in the sense that one punch could end it all for you. You could be leading and your opponent gets one lucky punch, and that's the end of that. Now that's good movement, good defensive movement. Go under and come up on the other side to fire away. So there you go.
Is tired.
Yeah, round number 3 now. It's complete. And you know, we're seeing similarities here with the first fight to the second fight. But we have one superior fighter in terms of skill, and we have another fighter who is, we don't want to say just hanging on, but is having a tough time of it. Remember, we're live here at the Gene Pier Complex as we bring you international boxing live from the Gene Pier. As we welcome you back here to the Gene Pier Complex, what you're seeing here is an empty ring, and that's because the man Clifton Barker quit on his stool literally at the end of the third round, and no doubt a technical knockout win here for Princely Isidore, and I think a deserved one as well, because there's really no question about it who was the superior fighter.
Yes, this is his second win, and he had one loss and one draw, and I think it is a good start for the young man. And he is indeed an exciting fight. He has a very far way to go. The more he fights, I think the better he's going to get. And the Trinidad can see him reaching the championship stage, becoming a contender. So far, he is an upcoming prospect.
Well, he certainly is. And I know that Princely Isidore is standing by there. We're going to be chatting with him in a short while. And obviously, it's going to be interesting to hear how he views that particular performance and see exactly what it will be. But it was a thoroughly professional performance on his part, and he obviously is on the way up, and he has such a bright future that it kind of scares you when you see the kind of tools that he has. If he could just hone it, you know, cut out the little showboating. But I suppose that's what fans live for.
Well, his name is Prince. I guess his idol is Prince Asim.